If your face is on, if your face is not on and you just have your numbers on, it's fine. You don't got to be pretty to be on Zoom. You're fine. Okay. It's all good. Here I've got my 12 lights on and all that stuff, but you know, yeah, all good. So I'm going to introduce my friend Angela, and we're just going to jump right in because it's late for you, right? Angela, what time is it there now?
It's 9:05.
9, and you've been going all day.
It's 6:30. Well, no, actually, I was in the 5 o'clock club today because I figured if I'm going to get anything done, I have to wake up. I'll tell you a little bit about my story, but you know why I have to get up so early, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I do not. This is the blessing of my business. Do not message me before 9 because I'm not answering. All right, so I'm going to read Angela's accolades. Angela joined Mary Kay in September 2010. She's a former teacher too, from the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. She taught for 11 and a half years with a bachelor and a master's degree in education. See, we are twinsies, and admin from Baldwin Wallace College. After she started Mary Kay, 14 months later, she earned her first career card while becoming an independent sales director. She married the love of her life, Tatum-Morning, who is currently a hospice chaplain. They're blessed with a beautiful 5-year-old daughter, Mariah, who is, you guys, the CEO of her own pastry business, 5 years old, Mariah's Munchies. She's been featured on, Mariah has been featured on ABC, a multitude of news outlets, Black Enterprise, and TV One. They're also blessed with a handsome son, 1-year-old Maxwell Morning. Her family is definitely her why. She leads a powerful group of women, the Morning Glory Unit and the Future Glory National Area. Morning Glory's highest retail was $95,896 in 1 month with 57 new unit members. 57 in the same month. Her first commission check was $8.80. And her highest check to date was $15,568.80. Isn't that amazing?
Rich.
Morning Glory received Most Improved Unit in 2015 in Gloria Mayfield Banks' Magic National Area. She has achieved 30 gold medals. That means 5 people per month that she has recruited. She's been a star consultant 37 times. She's received the National Court of Sales 4 times, National Court of Sharing 4 times, Double Star Achievement 3 times, and this year she is doing Triple Star for the first year ever, which means her unit is doing Unit Club and Court of Sharing and Court of Sales, rocking it. She earned the all-expenses-paid cruise to the Bahamas, March 2019. She is the proud leader of One Offspring director, Michelle Conwell. She has earned the use of 6 cars in Mary Kay and just picked up her 2020 Chevy Equinox May 2020. She just picked it up during COVID. That must have been weird. Yeah.
Very.
She has a story to tell you. She told us in the last meeting. It was pretty funny. She has received the highest Mary Kay honor of the Magic National Area, Miss Go Give Award from her national Glory Mayfield Banks in 2018. And she is part of the #1 national area in the entire country, the world, really, right? Not just North America, it's the whole world.
In the nation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I am so pleased to turn the floor over to my friend Angela, who's going to say, like, chat at you for as long as you want, hon. You've got the floor. I don't care. And then when she's done, we'll chat a bit about your goals. And just make sure if you are not muted to stay muted so there's no background noise because it gets real distracting really fast. Okay? Ready? Okay. So unmute yourself really quick so you can clap really fast. Woo! Or just clap on mute. And I'm going to switch it to speaker view, and I'm actually going to put it on Facebook at the same time here. Okay.
Oh,
go ahead, Angela.
Great. What an audience, huh? Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you so much, Carol, for your light in the Mary Kay community and just my Facebook friend. You know, I only connect with people who I feel are positive. So here is your disclaimer. If they're not, release them immediately. Release them immediately. Let me ask you this. Are you guys experiencing COVID a lot in Canada? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to kind of preface that because I wanted to share a few things with you. And I know we're pretty far apart. And so wanted to see if you guys were experiencing some of the same things that we were experiencing. But I'll tell you a little bit about my background story. When I started Mary Kay, I was single with no kids. So flexibility was my life. I could do whatever I wanted, do appointments all night long, you know, and I would do interviews at midnight or whatnot. came to maybe about 9 months in the business. I have been playing around in my business. First question, how long have you guys been in? If you've been in a year or less, wave at me. 2 years or less, wave. 3 years, wave. 4 years, 5. Okay, so we've got some ride or dies here, huh? Yeah. Okay, so we can talk real talk here.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, where are we
always
streaming?
talk real talk.
Wait. Where are we streaming?
Oh, just on my Facebook group. Don't worry. Not on all over. No, just our team. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So I'll tell you a little bit about my story, just so you can kind of see how it started and how it evolved. I've worked this business in probably almost every type of situation possible. When I started, I was single with no kids. I had a foster child. I took in one of my students while I was teaching for about a year. So now I was like a single mother kind of thing. And then got engaged, and Mary Kay paid for my wedding in cash. And I had the whole little horse and carriage. I had everything you could think of. Mary Kay paid for it in cash. My husband was finishing his master's degree, and he was working part-time. He's like, Angela, we don't need all of this. We don't need all of this. And I'm like, yes, we do. Yes, we do. So I'm like, you put the deposit down, and I go do another party. And you put the deposit down, I go do another party. And so we were able to go into the marriage with no debt from the wedding. That was exciting. Then I had my first daughter, who's 5, and the entrepreneur, and so excited because pretty much everything that I would say, they decided to feature her launch. So I really kind of copied everything we do in Mary Kay in so many words. I had her launch, I did the invite, did the whole 9, and ABC decided to feature her launch. They heard about our story, decided to feature her launch, and then it kind of just went crazy. She was in all over California, Las Vegas, within a month's time. So I'm super excited about what the business has done, not only to me, but also my family. So now we're second generation entrepreneurs. And even in COVID, her business is still growing, and it's just crazy. She's 5. I'll show you a picture of her too. And then, so I worked it with one child. I moved to Florida, came back to Ohio, worked it in 2 different states, came back here, had another son. Now I'm working it with 2 children. This is why I had to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, okay? So I have a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I'll show you a picture of them if you can kind of see. This is my family. And so this is my why. Mary Kay has changed my life immensely. There are so many different changes that have happened. And so Mary Kay has just gone in and out, in and out. And so I want to share a little bit about recruiting and sharing the opportunity with you. But then I also want to share my journey, even in this crisis, even within COVID, because it was a crucial point for me, literally. And I don't even know if Gloria knows this, but I was ready to stop my business. Why? Because of fear. I had no idea how we were going to work this business in the middle of a pandemic, because I was not willing to go into homes. I'm a little scary. So, and both my parents are still alive, and I'm there all the time. So I didn't want to risk. They're high risk, right? I said, they're not coming to my house, and I'm not going to their house. So I don't know how this Mary Kay thing is going to work. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, is this the end of my Mary Kay career? And I'm being very transparent with you, because if you've been in a while, I'm sure there was a transition in this new normal as well for you. I had done virtual appointments every blue moon, but the basis of our business is human interaction, going in houses, out of houses, in front of faces, touching faces. We're not supposed to touch, but, touching and breathing and all of those different things. And so I was afraid, and I didn't know. I said, well, maybe I need to work Mariah's munchies, because I didn't know what to do. And I talked to Gloria. I didn't tell her I was getting ready to quit, but I talked to Gloria. And I said, Gloria, I am so unmotivated right now. And I said, nothing is motivating me. This is my first time ever being on target for triple star. So I've completed 2 already. We're just finishing unit circle. But my first time just kind of being slow and steady and just building, building, building. And, you know, with children, sometimes it's very distracting time, and you got some highs and some lows. But I was just really determined to really consistently work my business so that I wouldn't have to, at the end, do a crazy amount, you know, to finish. And so I did have my offspring. And then here we are in March, where it's like the bottom of the barrel drops out. And I don't know if you felt like this in your business. If you did, you can just kind of wink at me. Anybody? Okay. You don't have to tell me. Don't tell Carol. She's not looking. But just that transitional moment. So I did. I was very transparent. I reached up and I talked to Gloria, and she said, Angela, what are you creating? I said, I have no idea, because I'm not passionate about anything. And the reason why I want to tell you this is because you can work this business 2 ways. You can work, and you can work in passion. And at that time, I had to be very accountable to myself as a leader, that I wasn't even working. Not even working, but not even working in passion, because I was stuck. I was stuck. And so I shared that with her, and I said, Gloria, I have a brand new Chevy Equinox. Right after they declared the state of emergency, they called me and they said, your Equinox is here. Okay, well, we can't go get it because we usually have parties. And so instead of an exciting call that we usually have, I was like in tears the rest of the day, because I'm like, here's a car. I can't even go pick it up. I can't see my Mary Kay sisters. I'm scared to see my parents at this time. You know, they're like, stay away from everybody. And so I told Gloria, I said, I have a car that I can't pick up. So the cars are not exciting me. I'm getting ready to earn this diamond. I'm not excited about that. I'm not excited about triple star. We're not even going to seminar this year. So how many of you know where, you know, sometimes we perform for that whole scenario of going across the stage and the people cheering and the applause and you buy the gowns and just that whole thing. All of that's done. The money's not exciting me because we're not spending any money except on groceries. I've spent about $5.2 million on groceries since since that's how I've been recruiting people too. I'm like, listen, it's $30 here to start. We've spent, I know, $1 million since March on groceries. I know that you can spend $30 to give yourself a try. But that's all we've been spending money on is groceries. And so the money wasn't exciting me because I didn't need it for anything, you know. And she said, dig deep, Angela. The reason why, and I want to share this with you before I get to the recruiting, because a lot of times people think it's skill, and it's not skill. It's what's beneath the skill. It's the passion beneath the skill. It's the drive beneath the skill. It's the why beneath the skill. Once you have your why, once you have your passion, once you have your drive, the skill will fall into place, because you can't say the right thing to the wrong people, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong people, or the wrong thing to the right people. If they are destined to be on your team, they will be on your team regardless. If you mess up every word, if you tell them the wrong numbers, it doesn't matter, because who God ordains for you to be in their midst, you're gonna connect with them regardless. If they're meant to be on your team, they're gonna say yes, even if you just, you know, you're horrible with the recruiting. And so so she said, we got to dig deep. And I'm not surprised. I'm very empathetic. So, you know, when I would see these stories, I would like cry. I didn't even know these people, but you know, sometimes it affects people differently. And I was one that was like, I was taking in all the pain, all the anguish, all the sorrow, as if they were my grandmother or my father. You know, I would read the stories on Facebook and just cry, like cooking dinner, crying, you know, and so none of those things were exciting me. The diamonds, the cars, nothing. Matter of fact, they were irritating me, because in my mind, I was thinking like, we're doing all of this stuff for nothing. Like none of this stuff means anything. If you're not healthy, if you can find out that you have a disease on Wednesday and be gone by Saturday, if people's families are being ripped apart, like I'm almost in tears now just thinking about, you know, over 100,000 people in the United States have passed in a couple months. it was just, it's staggering to me. And so she said, it's not surprising that you're not excited about these things because you had all of these things before Mary Kay. You had money, you had a car, you had diamonds, you had, confidence, you had all of these things before. And the reason why they're not exciting you now is because you're taking a retrospective look. Sidebar, anybody that you have asked to come on your team and they told you no, you go back to them now. Because this is a reflective time for everyone. I don't care if they've had death in their family, if they've had sickness, this is a time of reflection. You're in the house. I'm not sure if you guys are on a stay-at-home order or not, but the trajectory of people's lives have been altered. And so people are, they're thinking, what's really important? Why couldn't I start this business? Or what should I be doing? Or why am I spending all this time at work and my children are at home? I'm missing my family. What is really important? And so this was a reflective time. But I had all these things prior to, and now it's time to dig deep. Now it's time to really see what matters. And what matters to me is I love to help people. So Gloria Mayfield Banks, she is a bulldog. She is a powerhouse. She told me, don't focus on any numbers. Don't focus on any goals right now. I just want you to help people. I want you to get back to your joy. I want you to get back to your heart. And it's not in production, it's not in wholesale, but get back to your why. All I want you to do is help people. She was like, even if they're not even in your unit, I want you to help Magic. She was like, you are a social media guru. You do social media, you do the iMovies, you teach us how to do all of this stuff. You do the tutorials, all of that craziness. She was like, just help people. Don't focus on any numbers. Help people. And so that's what I did. I said, okay, Gloria, I can do that. I can do that. Get me out of my little funk. I can do that. And so I just began to help people. I made little videos, how to set up to, where they're able to use pirate shipping, how they didn't have to go to the post office, and just kind of divert my focus. All the while I'm creating all of this and I'm building my confidence back up, and I had no idea. So March was crazy. April was when I actually started to say, okay, I'll just make this little video. Okay, Gloria, I don't know why she's making me do this, but I'll just do this little video. And then I started getting back into the mojo, little bit at a time. We probably tripled our production from March to April. No, April to May. Well, actually, we tripled twice. March to April and April to May, we tripled. Why? Because I started to focus on what was in the heart. And if you focus on what's in the heart, everything else will come to play. Like you can't build production without building people. It all comes into play. And when you focus on changing women's lives, when you focus on making a difference, all of those things will happen. So as we're recruiting, as we're building our teams, absolutely, we've got to find our why. And so I'm going to give you a couple tips on recruiting, how you can make it powerful. We brought in 22 last month, so I think that was a pretty good. I wanted more, but 22 was great, especially with me getting back into the mojo. So I wanted to share that because it's very present. It's something that is happening now, and I really don't truly feel, I know you guys are on mute and you can't say it, but I don't feel like I was the only one. And while we're in this kind of crisis mode, while we're going from one set of craziness to the next set of craziness, and we're having to create this emotional management, like none other. Never ever seen this, never thought I would be here in my life. But now we got to get back to the core. Now you got to get back to why. Now you got to get back to what excites you. Helping people excites me. Helping other women be able to be a better mother. Helping another woman be able to pay for something where otherwise she would have to say, no, I can't afford this. Helping someone pay for something. Well, we're not doing too many trips now, but, helping someone go somewhere, or just helping the quality of their life. And so when you look at that, you first got to figure out why. Why are you doing it? What is your passion? What ticks, what makes you tick? What just really gets down to your core? When I see that I'm helping people and they're like, oh my gosh, I was able to set this up in my office. I never had to go to the post office again. That was my little video, social media savvy, how to set up your warehouse.
No, we
That
don't
made me
have that, Angela. So you're going to make everybody jealous because we don't have pirate ship.
You don't?
I
Oh my,
know.
do you have stamps.com?
No. And it costs like $37 to ship an eye makeup remover. So we just ship it all from Mary Kay.
Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry.
I know, you're just making everybody jealous.
I'm sorry.
One of the girls on hers was in Target shopping.
Oh yeah.
Like, I want to be in Target. Sorry, had to.
That's okay. That's okay.
They're all gonna be like, "What's pirate ship?" I'm like,
yeah, it's actually a free service. You pay for the postage. They come to your house and pick it up. It is ridiculous, and you pay less. So, say for instance, I was mailing a package for $5 from the post office. I would pay like $4.50 here. It's less to ship it from here because you're alleviating, a postal worker pretty much. So anyway, I was showing people how to do that, and I was really getting back into the love of it, and started to triple our recruiting numbers and triple our wholesale numbers. And so I'm just going to encourage you to get back to your why. If you've experienced emotional management, if you've experienced the fact that maybe some things haven't gone the way that you wanted to, know that one day can erase all of it. You just have to make a conscious effort. You got to figure out where you're going, because you can't turn on a GPS and just say, just ride me around. No, where are you going? Do you want Red Jacket? Do you want DIQ? I'm referring to the names here in the United States. I don't know if they're the same. They are the same. Okay. Red Jacket, DIQ. This is the time. This right here is the time to live with no regrets. This is the time to live out loud. Like, if you have that thing, Christy, I see like passion all in your eyes. I don't even know your story, but I this is what I want to say to you. If you have something in your heart that you have always wanted to do, now is the time. I mean, if nothing else, tomorrow's not promised. If nothing else, you've got to wake up that sleeping giant that is inside of you. And every single one of you, and I don't know you, every single person here, you have a desire. Whether you've told Carol or not, I know you haven't told me because I've just met you for the first time tonight. There's a desire. And a lot of times we sit on that desire because we're not sure if we can hit it or not. And so we don't say the desire in fear of going for it and missing it. Not today. If nothing else, you know that life can shift in 2 seconds. Corona hit with no warning. Literally, we're holding appointments. Literally, we're, going out, lollygagging, having parties, whatever. And in 2 seconds, go home, don't come out again. In 2 seconds, our lives shifted. So for now, of no other time, it's time to live out loud, live bold, and go for it as if you knew that you would never fail. This is the time. This is the time. So I'm going to give you a couple tips for recruiting. Hopefully it helps you guys. I don't know if you know Sean Key. Do you guys know Sean Key? Okay. So Sean Key came in to Ohio, gave us some specific training that shifted my recruiting. I want to share some of those with you. Once he came, I realized that I was recruiting here and I need to recruit here. So imagine a tree, imagine the roots. When you get to the roots, when you get down to the core of it, you won't have people that come in and out of your unit. When you get down to the deep roots and you connect with them, it will be a stronghold and a strong foundation. Why? Because now I know what she wants. If she decides, now there's still people that have come in my unit and I call for orientation. They're like, yeah, I quit. I'm like, wait, you didn't even do anything yet. There are going to still be people, that don't decide to really work their businesses. But once you find out why, once you find out, that she's doing this so that her daughter will go to college for free. If she decides not to work this business, You know, I mean, when you get down to the core of it. So here we go. An interview is no longer called an interview. It's called an interview. INNERVIEW. An interview. And during that time, you're getting to the core of who she is. Okay? I want you to write down WAIT, wait. Here's another tip. If you're talking, you need to say to yourself, wait, why am I talking? Because during that interview, you need to be listening and not talking. Listening more, talking less. That appointment should probably be about 80% of her talking and about 20% of you talking. Asking the questions. You want to be a master asker. If you leave that appointment, and this was one of the things I used to do. So I was like, I'm into the Tatum-Morning. I've been in the business, such and such and such. I do still tell about my family. My highest commission check is over $15,000. I've earned 6 free cars and blah, blah, blah. They don't care about that. And I'm like, really, Sean? They don't care? No, they don't care about that, Angela. They want to know how it's going to impact their lives. I used to think that would encourage them to get in, but they really don't care. They want to know how it will affect Mariah, their daughter. They want to know how they can leave their job that they hate, that they cry when they drive into the parking lot every single morning. These are the things that when you get and you push that button, she's with you forever. When I figured that out for Michelle, my offspring, it didn't matter what came her way. She was getting it and she was getting done. Finished directorship early, never going anywhere. Okay, even when I thought I was quitting, I was like, I can't tell Michelle, she's gonna flip out. But yeah, so WAIT is the acronym. Why am I talking? It has nothing to do with you. The interview has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your gold medal. It has nothing to do with you getting into your red jacket. It has nothing to do with you getting into DIQ. What it has to do with is changing another woman's life. And how? It's different for each interview, but changing another woman's life. That's the entire agenda. And I guarantee you, when you walk into that session with her in mind, every single one of your goals will be met. Every single one. If you walk in there and you say, I hope she's going to say yes, but if she doesn't, it's okay. I want to change her life. I want to give her another option. I want to give her another opportunity. When you do that, you'll be in red jacket before you know it. Mary Kay has this amazing story. It's not even about the money. It's not about you. Second thing is not about the money. She has an amazing story that she talks about on her, that they do a recording when you call into Mary Kay In Touch or our customer service. And she talks about this man, I'm like condensing it very much, but a man that's working, a businessman, and she tells him to put on his glasses and he can't see because they're silver dollars inside the frames of his glasses. And he's like, what? I can't see. And she said, exactly. If you're looking for the money, you'll never see it. But if you take your blinders off and you look to change women's lives, the money will always come. The money will always come. I didn't even go in my mind to triple our numbers each time. My mission was to help people. And as I began to help people, the numbers tripled. And I'm like, oh crap, this is a pretty nice check. Okay, great. So wait, it's not about you. And then I'm going to give you 4 questions, and this is going to be it. I hope this helps you. I'm going to give you 4 questions. And I'm just going to look at my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. But I'm going to give you 4 questions, and there are 4 P's. Have you studied on this before? So they know it already?
Oh, no, we could all use a refresher.
Okay.
Right? So you guys have heard me do this before. Some of you were recruited with these before, but hands up if you don't think that you need a refresher in this. Anyone? Be brave. No, better not. Because y'all do. Everybody
does. So you want to talk about P, purpose. You want to talk about you want to talk about 4 P's, but I'm going to give you the questions that are more specifically. So I asked her, tell me about you. Who are you? What makes you smile? That's number 1. Then what brings you joy? Okay. And then I also ask her about her career accomplishments. What is one thing that you've done in your business or in your family that made you feel like a superwoman? What was one time that you defied, you beat all the odds, like you thought something would never happen and you were able to push through and create? So it could be like buying a house when they were single or any of those things. While you're listening to that, you're hearing her, but you're listening deeper to see what's really important to her. If you ask me what makes me me, I'm going to start out with my sexy chocolate, Mario. I always talk about him. I talk about my babies. So what do you hear? Family. Family is everything to me. And that's why I kind of had that little shake up in March, because I'm like, listen, as long as I have my family, I'm okay. I don't need anything else. And I was just like going through this crazy time because family is so important to me. So when you're listening, if you ask me what brings me joy, I'll say my babies. I love my babies. I love the fact that I'm able to be at home with them and not have to get a babysitter or send them to school. Like even right now, I'm thinking about homeschooling because, oh, did you homeschool? Yes, I need to talk to you. I'm thinking about homeschooling.
That was great. Actually, would never
Yeah.
regret it.
Yeah, because I just kind of feel like they're guinea pigs. The kids are going to be guinea pigs during this corona. They don't know if it affects them, not affects them. You hear one, then the other. How are they going to be? I can't imagine social distancing with a kindergartner. I can't imagine how that would be. But what a blessing. What a blessing that I work my business. And now I can decide if I send my child to school or not and not wonder what she's going to bring home, a virus that could potentially kill, me or my husband or my parents, right? And so when you listen to me, if you ask me what brings me joy, those are the things that I'm going to talk about. And so you're going to hear family. So if you hear family, then you don't start talking about a career check. You start talking about the flexibility. If you're hearing and you're listening deeper, you want to connect, you want to fill a void, you want to answer a question, you want to create the opportunity that she's missing. Right? And so you're hearing here, but you're thinking down here, your surface. You got to get deeper. Let me see what else. Oh, okay. I talked about difficult time when you made it, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Fast forward a year from now, if you could create your life and create something where you knew you could not fail, what would you have? What would it look like? What would it include? What would it not include? What she includes is the things that she's missing right now. What she deletes or what she does not include are the things that she has now and wishes she didn't have. Those are all voids you can fill. What do they say when they say, I want to be more financially stable? Bam. Now you're talking about the money. Now you're talking about, I just sold $3,600 in 24 hours. I just did that, guys. But you talk about those things. You talk about the challenges. You talk about how you, thank you. Thank you, Sheena. I see the little hands. You talk about, I just sold $500 at a party. And guess what? Everything is virtual now. And so in 45 minutes, I can pamper and do the QVC. We do the Mary Kay Shopping Network. And I sold like $600 in 1 hour. And the one girl was here and the other girl was in this state and the other girl is in this state. And let me tell you, the sales are amazing right now. People don't have the flexibility to go to the malls. And so my sales have increased. The capability and the accessibility of skincare and makeup. I mean, they're going to the websites left and right. They're hitting me up, blah, 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 whatever. Now you talk about the money because she wants to see the money. If she just wants sisterhood, if she says to you something like, what would you include? Well, you know what? I lost a family member, or I wish I was closer to my sister, or blah, 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 blah. Bam. She needs a circle. She needs a positive circle. If you're talking to younger people and they're establishing themselves, maybe mentorship. I always go to, you're being mentored. I'm one of Gloria's first 9 directors. You're being mentored by me. I'm not so bad. And they're also the #1 national in all of Mary Kay. There is no better mentor than that. If she's talking about building her business, great. I would say My daughter has her own business and we do amazing. And I've learned so much business wise in my business that was able to help me with her business and almost go viral in less than a month because I took the the business model of Mary Kay and put it in that. So absolutely, you can have another business and you can be passionate about it. And guess what? Mary Kay can fund it. I'm listening. I'm filling the voids. I'm answering the questions. When you do those things, you will always have team members. 1 in 5, yes, will sign. You know, you're gonna still get some no's. But guess what? They're not meant to be on your team anyway. And so when you go in and you can fill those voids and you asked her indefinitely, I see. So you ask all these questions, you find out about her, blah, blah, blah. Let me make sure I didn't miss any questions. You find out all these things, and once you're done, oh, the other one, what do you bring to the team? You can find out a little bit about her too. When you sit down, tell her, this is what we're going to do. I want to find out about you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, and then I'm going to tell you about the company. And so once you do all of that, you ask her a definite question. You look into her eyes and you say, Carol, what I see in you is an amazing woman. What I see in you is a proud woman who loves her family, who is a woman of her word. She has amazing energy. I would just love to be around you. Your sunshine, I love to see you dance. I've seen you dance. I love to see you dance. I love to see you dance. You're an amazing businesswoman. I love how you go at bat for your family. I love your passion. I love your drive. I love how educated you are. You talk to her and don't make up things. Make sure that it is sincere. And then you say to her, you look deep into her eyes, I would absolutely love to work with you. All I need to know is if you would love to work with me. And that's it. Not a give me on a scale of 1 to 10, kind of pussyfoot around it. No. I want to work with you. Do you want to work with me? I'm not going to ask you, do you have $100? She might not have $100. It's only $30 now, but she may not have the money. But I just need to know if you want to work with me. Because if she wants those voids filled, she will create every single thing to get it done. I've seen women who had no money and come in with $1,800, $3,000 2 days later. I thought you didn't have money for a $100 starter kit. How'd you come up with? Because she got sold on a dream. And women, when we are convinced on something, we are find a way, make a way women. When we are committed to something, we are find a way, make a way women. So I'm going to tell you one last thing. I want to ask you one last question. Are you engaged? Are you involved? Or are you committed? Are you involved in your business? Or are you committed to your business? Are you committed to your win? Are you committed to your family's win? Are you committed to your team's win? Some of us will do things for the team before we'll do them for ourselves. And so raise your hand if you're a mother in here. Who's a mother? Okay. Raise your hand if you have any family members that you love. Anybody? Okay, we kind of like them. Okay, so just imagine that favorite family member. It could be your mom, your dad, your child. And if I came to you and I said, Lisa, I need $10,000. Like within the next 24 hours. And what would you say to me? Angela, are you crazy? I don't have $10,000 for you. No, thank you. I don't have it. And then Lisa, come off of mute real quick.
Okay.
Lisa, did you say you were a mother?
Yep.
Tell me your child's name.
All 4 of them?
Or just one, your favorite.
My favorite. Oh, that's Cameron.
Cameron, I won't tell. Okay, so you go back on mute. Okay, so the first question was, Lisa, can you, Lisa, I really need $10,000 from you, like within the next 24 hours. And you're like, take a hike. And then when I say, Lisa, I have Cameron here. And if you want to see Cameron again, I need $10,000 in the next 24 hours. And
I'd have
trust
an
him.
hour.
Yes, you would. I'm sure. And that's the difference of being engaged or kind of entertaining your Mary Kay business or committed to it. What are you committed to? Are you committed to a different life? Because I'm going to tell you, if they told me $1 million And Mariah and Maxwell, I will be on the corner selling everything everything I own, because I would, but that's a commitment. I'm committed to them. I'm committed to be their mother. I'm committed to giving them the best. I'm committed to protecting them, right? And there wouldn't even be an option. I wouldn't even think about it. No, I'm going to ask everybody. I need 500 from you. I need 1,000 from you. I need 1 million from you. I'm calling Oprah. I'm calling Obama. I'm calling LeBron. I'm calling everybody, because I want to get it done. And so as you approach the end of this seminar year, I want to know if you're engaged, if you're entertaining, or are you committed? Are you committed to where if you said, I'm Red Jacket, but by any means necessary, you're going to be a Red Jacket? Are you entertaining the thought? Are you committed to being a gold medal specialist? Like, you are committed to finding 5 women where you're changing their lives. And so I'm going to challenge you to be committed as we finish the seminar year. Be committed to you, be committed to your family, be committed to your dreams, be committed to your team's goal, and be committed to building your business in a way that you know you will be proud. Because sometimes we work it small just to be safe. And now it's time to get out of your safe zone. Now it's time to get uncomfortable. Now it's time to live out loud and be the very best person that God created you to be. So that's all I have tonight. I hope that it helped you in some way. And being your first guest speaker, I mean, that was just a lot of weight on me, but
I'm sorry.
I am hoping, I'm hoping that it helped you in some way and that it will make a difference in your Mary Kay business.
Oh my gosh, Angela, that was amazing. Can you guys hop off mute here and give her a big round of applause? Background.
Thank you, Angela.
That was awesome. So I just, do you have a few minutes just to answer some questions, Angela?
Yeah.
And confirm? So if you can go back on and then yourself, if you have a question for Angela, or you want to share a feedback or a takeaway or anything else, please do so. Come on. I know it's always nerve-wracking on Zoom. Like, I don't want to interrupt anyone. If you don't volunteer, I will just point at you. You know I will too. They're all like, yeah, I know. Lisa wants to say something. She's going to talk. I saw her. She's leaning forward. I'll unmute you. There you go. No, I had to ask to unmute you. I don't know why that does that. You have to unmute yourself.
I'm done. There we go. Thank you, Angela, that you've actually said some things that really hit me between the eyes. So thank you, first of all. And I'll just say, Carol already knows, y'all, I've been DIQ. And yeah, surprise. I wanted to kind of keep it quiet because sometimes when I'm in the spotlight, I freeze and shut down and then go crawl into bed and don't get out. So
congratulations.
Thank you. So I think when you said, I hate that.
We like it. Cry away.
Just so you know, I was a director before and I stepped down for children reasons, actually. And so I've been trying to find my headspace around this month because I've been a day home lady and my back hurts. Carol knows all this because I shared my heart with her that I don't want to do anymore. I need to be there for my little guy. And so hearing you say, like, if someone took your kid and that said you couldn't have him back unless you had $10,000, and part of me goes, there's so many things that we need to do for our kids in our own home, and my husband's been working out of town because of oil here in Canada. And so to be able to have a different way to look at your life, right? I mean, Sheena, you have your little baby girl that would just rip your heart out. All of you, I know that because you love your little gaffers. I see them on Facebook so much. So thank you, Angela, for just that. Like, just struck me that, like, how committed am I? Am I just like engaged, or like what is it that's driving my business? And I loved how you shared with us that instead of putting on a scale of 1 to 10, because I actually had an interview yesterday, and I just saying, I want to work with you. Do you want to work with me? I love that. I love that. That was a beautiful way to end an interview. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Lisa. I know you're going to get it done. I know you are. Are you on Facebook?
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna haunt you.
Okay.
We're gonna cheer you on. You're gonna get it done.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Whoops. Anyone else want to affirm? Come on, Steph.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was just like, thank you for starters. There were a lot of really great tips. But I really liked how you said it's an interview. It's not an interview. And then I'm with Lisa, like having that close with, I want to work with you. Do you want to work with me? That's just so plain and simple. Like even I can do that. So, and the, are you committed? That's a big one. Cause I keep saying I am, and then I kind of just don't do anything. So if I really want something to change, I have to be committed to that change.
Steph, you mean you guys do that in Canada too? Because my people do that too. I thought it was just a United States thing. You'll do it. Find your passion and you will do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next? Christy? Moira? Moira,
Yep.
go ahead, Moira.
Yeah, I just, would you mind, Angela, just running over your P questions again?
Yeah.
I think you had, like,
What brings you joy? You
Yeah.
know, I'll say like, who are you? You know, who's Angela? You know, I'll say her name. The other thing I'll ask is, what was a time where you felt you were a superwoman, or what, we got men in the business now, so that you just kind of beat all the odds, like you defied the odds. It could be something within their career or personal life. Then also, if they could paint their life a year from now, doing something or creating something they knew they would not fail, what would it look like? What would it include? What would it not include? And then also, you know, what would you bring to the team? So it kind of gives them a look at just the teamwork, how we are units and we build together. We all bring something different. So it's almost to the, you know, to the extent that we're like already including you're going to be on the team anyway. So what are you going to bring to the team?
okay, awesome, thanks.
Thank you.
Who's next? Christy, I know you want to talk, so I can see it. You want to talk.
No, I just want to say thank you. I don't know. You're pretty amazing. I thought this was really good. Obviously, I'm crying. I just loved when you said, like, just live out loud, right? Because I tend to, I don't know, I'm a little bit in the background most of the time. So I thought that was pretty good. It's something I need to do.
So,
more
Christy,
of.
think about all of the women that you're going to bless when you decide to live out loud. So even if you don't do it for you, do it for that other person that's waiting to see you live out loud or waiting to see you win, because you will give her permission to win. So don't do it for you. If that freaks you out, don't do it for you. Do it for the next woman.
I love that. Crystal, do you want to talk? I can see you. I'm just going to point at you now. This is what happened.
This is what happens. I just want to thank you again for coming on. I think I've been scared, like you said, to live out loud, scared to succeed, because then what? You know what I mean? Like I would have to step out of the comfort zone, put myself out there more. So as much as I want to say I have been committed and I've done pretty decently not being fully committed, but it's time. Like being at home with my family and just like seeing the life that I want to have. I don't want it to pass me by. I want to grab it and live that.
Yeah. That's another thing people are reflecting, like, wow, I'm able to see my children grow up You know, as a teacher, I was with the kids more than the parents were, you know, and so being able to be there, see their first steps and see their teeth come in, and, you know, those are years we will never, ever get back.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Crystal.
So it's time. It's time to stop being scared, I think. And like you said, just kind of grab it and go for it. And
Go.
when you get to where you want to be, it won't be scary anymore, right?
Yep. Don't think about it. Just go. Like literally go. Start sharing. Don't even think about what'll happen. Just start sharing. Start sharing.
I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Krista.
Donna, I know you unmuted yourself here for a second. You ready? You good? There.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much for coming on our call today, Angela. And for me, it was live out loud as well. For oh my gosh, 6 years now, I've been low key on my business. Got married and started another business and closed a business with my husband, but with COVID, well, our business is pretty much at a halt. So I've been having fun playing with my Mary Kay business for the last month. And, you know, it reminded me how much I enjoy it and how much I missed it. And so I've been entertaining my business for 6 years.
It's on now, Donna. It's on. It's time.
And it's like this whole digital world, I know nothing. And it scares me. It really does.
Think about this, Donna. When we did our very first social media class, you couldn't take a profile picture. Do you remember? And you couldn't make it turn the right way. And now you're on a Zoom call. You come
right.
Hey, sister.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. You're on here now, so you figured it out.
You
now
know,
all you have to do is get there and do virtual classes here.
You know, I could do Zoom. I've led meetings on Zoom. That's one thing, but it's to run a business in the digital world. That part, social media, engagement, video, like all of that is so foreign to me.
It's happening. It's happening.
But
and you're doing it, you're embracing it. You're embracing it. And here's the thing, when you have the passion, you'll make sure you learn what you need to learn. You're doing it. You're doing it. I see you clearly. I see you clearly now. That means you can make a whole lot of money just sitting right where you are, right there.
I like that idea.
Yes.
Well, and like I loved what you said, Angela, but you can say the wrong thing to the right people, and you can say you can't say the wrong thing to the right people, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong people.
Right.
And if you're out there doing it imperfectly and it sucks, you're still going to get the customers you exactly wanted.
Exactly.
Because the ones who are critical and the ones who don't think you're doing a good enough job and you're not good enough at social media, those aren't the people you wanted anyway.
Exactly. Because you know what? As bad as you think you are, there's somebody worse than you.
That's reassuring.
You're going to look like the pro. They're like, Donna, how did you learn how to do that?
Thank you. Thanks, Donna, for sharing your heart.
Yes.
Love you. All right, who's next? I saw some other people ready to talk. I know you were. Anybody else want to affirm and share with Angela before she's got to go and tuck her babies in? Sheena?
Yes. Hi, Angela. I'm one of Carol's amazing girlfriends 3 hours away. I'm also a sales director, so I kind of cheat and pop on because I always love learning and gleaning from other people. But, you know, I think, like, I've been in Mary Kay for 10 years. I became a director right away. And I was telling myself the lie that I didn't need to earn a pink Cadillac because, you know, I don't need $1,000 bonus, and I don't need this, and I don't need that, and I don't need all the things. So I've had moments in my business where, you know, I felt like I didn't really want to not that I would ever quit Mary Kay, because I would never do that, but just I felt stuck. Like I just couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to do with my life. So like Lisa said, you know, I'm a single mom. I have a daughter who's 6 years old, and that was the cruise for me. So I had promised her I would take her on a cruise. Hotel Transylvania is her favorite movie. And she was telling everyone at daycare and school, my mom and I are going on a ship. And I was like, OMG. So of course, parents were like, so yeah, Carrie tells me you guys are going on a cruise. Like, when do you guys go? And I'm like, October. And we're actually, I'm earning it like through Mary Kay. And they're like, what? You get free trips with Mary Kay? So when I think about living out loud for her and showing her what's possible and being her role model, like giving up. Yes, giving up is not an option. And when me and her dad separated 4 years ago, it sucked. It was so emotionally draining for me. And I would compare myself to other people. You know, people go through loss of family members and, you know, divorces, and they earn top directorships. They have babies and they earn cars. Like, what is wrong with me? So I felt stuck for a while. And, you know, when COVID hit, well, last year I made the decision that I wasn't gonna play small or just be comfortable. And I think that's why I love Mary Kay so much, because of the sisterhood. Like, you know, Carol has brought me out of a lot of blah moments, and just having you pop on here today, just kind of sharing, you know, your heart with all of us, it just makes me more excited, I think, because it's like, I went into car requalification in April, and when we in Canada got that new e-kit, that starter kit, I was like, that's it. Like, I'm going into qualification, I'm earning my Cadillac by September, and how I'm going to do it is by sharing. So I literally have recruited 14 people in the last 6 weeks because I am like, that damn pink car
It's mine.
gonna be, yeah. And so she's now telling everyone like, oh yeah, that's my mom's small car right now, but we're getting a pink one. And I'm just like, oh my God. So thank you for just reminding me how living out loud and stepping into faith and having the courage to be like, that's it. Like it's done. It's gonna be the best. COVID, we're gonna look back and be like, what? That was nothing.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for popping on. I know you're tired and your little one is there too. So I thank you very, very much for sharing.
Thank you.
With us tonight.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Anybody else want to share or affirm Angela before we let her go? Anything?
Yeah.
Who said yeah? Oh, I love it. She does this thing on the call where she was like, show me your fingers if you sold stuff, right? And then she's like, you didn't sell nothing.
Say hi.
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 Oh, hi, Maria.
Say hi.
Hi.
We're all from Canada. Now you have to learn about moose and bears.
Right.
Love it. Okay, well, we are going to let you go. What time are we at? Oh, are we at 8? Okay, so consultants stay on. We're just gonna let Angela go. Okay, don't run away from
Bye.
we
So
love
nice
you
to
so
meet you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm cheering you guys on. Live big, live out loud.
Love it. We're cheering you on too. She's working on triple star. So
Thank you.
bye, Angela. Okay, so everybody else is still on. How was that? Unmute yourself. Talk. Just talk over each other. Doesn't matter.
It was so good.
Happy?
Just
Yeah.
to be reminded,
So good.
like, I mean, you know, we all have our stuff, but just to be like, you know, even she felt like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And I'm like, I mean, I know that we all think like that, but just, you know, now that, you know, we can get back to the heart and joy of working and doing what we really love in Mary Kay and how it transitions into like our life, like I'm really pumped and excited. You know, I'm like, okay, you know, it's June 8th. We still have so much time, but we don't at the same time, you know? So.
Love that. Yeah. Anybody else? Maybe you were too shy to share with Angela. No? Who's lighting up here? Some people are lighting up. Okay. Wow. That was our very first guest speaker. Next week, I have the polar opposite of Angela. Same heart, though. My tiny little blonde Barbie little friend, Cindy Sheppa from Texas, is coming on to share with you guys next week. So, because I'm finally, you guys, I'm the worst. I always say yes to everybody's training, and I will always train. And then they're like, if I can do anything for you, let me know. And I go, yeah, I totally will. And then I don't. Like, and it's not because I don't want people to share or anything else. It's just that I get shy or worried or anything. Like, I just don't know if that's going to be the right message or anything else. And I loved what she said about you can say the right thing to the wrong people, right? Like, you can't do it. You can't. If you're going to be out there living out loud, it's going to be okay, no matter what. And the wrong people will always hear you the wrong way. They will always hear your message the wrong way. They see you tracking a top director trip. They're like, well, why are you talking about that? Those people don't get to go. They see you earning a car and they say, well, why are you doing that? Your team members don't get to earn a car. They see all of that, right? Those aren't our people. They're not the ones that you want. They're the others. And they can go buy at Sephora so that we can boost our biz. All right, so give me some fingers if you sold anything this week. Doesn't have to be numbers. Just give like the wavies. Just wave at me. Wave at me if you sold anything this week. Who's got anything pressing that they're like super worried about or concerned about? Anything that they want to share? Or, well, like, everybody's got stuff they're worried about, but anything that you want to like bring to the team that you want to train on right this second? No? Who is excited about virtual seminar? I know a whole bunch of you are signed up already. Who else is registered? Adoptees, I need to know if you're registered too, so I can put you on the thing. So seminar, Donna, you're registered?
I'm registering tonight.
Okay, Lola is registering tonight. Who else?
Yeah, I'll be doing mine either tonight or tomorrow.
Awesome. And then tomorrow, don't forget, in Alberta, Linda's doing her road trip.
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock our time, yeah. Trust me, these are things that are not in my wheelhouse, is time zones. So then I told Angela that I would do her call, and I told Cindy I would do her call, and then thank God they are in different time zones. But I totally did one call, and then I was like, yeah, I gotta go, and then left, and then did the other call, and then I was like, yeah, I gotta go, and then left and did another call. And so it's 6 o'clock Alberta time, and I told poor Brenda in Ontario that it was 5 p.m. for the meeting, not 9 p.m. for the meeting, because they got it totally backwards. And I kept saying I've been working balls to the wall all day, and I was like, please, dear Jesus, do not let me say that on one of the American conference calls, because they will not think that it's quite as funny as Canadians will. And Monique Balboa got me on a conference call this morning, and I didn't realize it was a conference call and not a Zoom, so I got up early and got all pretty and had my lights all set up and went to click the link, and it was just a call. And so been a day and a half. And yeah, so anybody can be a top director. I've already cried my eyelashes off, so I'm going to pull them right off my face, because every time y'all cry, I cry. Seminar registration is $40. So here's the cool thing, is they know that you can't sit there at the computer for 3 freaking days, because that's insane. And you have lives, and you will get hemorrhoids if you do that. So they are going to keep the classes up for 2 weeks. So it's kind of cool, because then you can go back and rewatch all of these classes. So remember that Mary Kay sent me a lighting kit. So that's pretty cool, because then they'll be all pre-recorded. So you won't have any weird seminar, like any Zoom glitches, anything like that, where the teacher's like, nothing like that. So that is really amazing. So they will be professional video quality, hopefully, that we managed to pull off and in our classes. And then you'll be able to watch the classes for any career level below yours. So your career level and below, I'm not sure. I don't think they'll open them up for any others. Like you have to have earned the career path level to attend those classes. So those of you who want to be in leadership classes, like Red Jacket, Star Team Builder, Team Leader, Future Director, I highly encourage you, whether you go into DIQ or not July 1st, but to make sure that you have those numbers of the active team members so you can attend the classes that are commensurate with your perfect level. Because they are different. Don't you agree? Right? You're going to feel and hear things in a different way. You know, you don't want to be stuck in a class with brand new beauty consultants when you've been in this for 4 years. So rise on up. And I promise I'm not teaching the Red Jackets. So those of you who have heard the crap out of me, move up so you don't have to be in my class. Okay? Because usually it's my girls in the front row going, no, they didn't. You didn't. I swear to God, nobody ever did that. But I always feel like they're like, oh my God, like my kids probably in the background as they tell my I story for the 5th time today. They're like, yeah, I know. We lived in a trailer. I know. Shut up. Like, So seminar is $40. They're going to give you $25 to spend after you register, like after a certain, is it come on right away or is it, does anyone know? I'm not a details person. Moira, do you know? Does it say you get the
What was the question? The credit is for upcoming product, like in August.
In August,
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so you get that credit in August so that you can apply the $25 to there. So really, it's only costing you $15 to be part of this training. We're trying to get 5,000 people registered. Okay? So we're trying to sweep it all straight across. Everybody's going to get there on that. And then again, at 6 p.m. tomorrow is Linda's road trip. I have really no idea. It's Bernice Bomalin and me and Linda, and I have no idea really anything else. She's going to share some cool secrets and things like that. You know what's neat is talking to my American friends versus Canada. Canada is the only Mary Kay market in the entire world to have seen an increase because of COVID. The only Mary Kay market in the entire world. We are up like 50% in recruiting alone. It's crazy. And last year we had Destination Red and we still beat our May. Huge. So that is a really encouraging thing to share with people when they're talking about this. And I agree with what she said. And you know, honestly, I think so many times you wait for your director to do the recruiting, right? You wait for me to work my magic. Like I got to book a thing or I got to do a stuff. You are a leader, whether you're brand spanking new, Brenda, or seasoned, does not matter. You're still a leader. Again, you can say the right things to the wrong people and they will never hear it, right? So you can mess it up a lot. You got to mess up some pancakes before you make the good ones. And if they're meant to be on your team, they'll just be on your team and we'll figure it out from there. Okay? So promise me that you will be a little bit braver. It's $24, including shipping and taxes. The States is $30. They don't even get samples. They get nothing. They get the website. That's it. And it's $30. Yeah, Lisa, go ahead.
Is the website included in this kit as well still? Okay.
Yeah, $24. They get an active website right away.
Yeah.
Don't forget that she would talk to them about that they can put in 5 postal codes. So anywhere that they have people or friends or anything like that, they can put those in because they can ship anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Not with pirate ship.
It is PST on top of it in BC.
In BC only, right? It's weird.
Yeah.
Because I think everywhere else is like an HST, so it's included, but BC is weird.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's no BC.
So it's $25 and a few cents.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, it's including GST for sure and HST, but if it's separate PST, I got nothing. I don't know.
Carol, it's just the website and some samples, and is it the book as well, or?
Yeah, you get the samples, you get the Mary Kay lookbooks, you get 20 of those, You get the autobiography, which again, they're not doing in the States. And that Mary Kay Ash story is so important for people to read. And then the samples. And the samples list changes based on production. So check before you sign somebody just on the website, just to make sure that you're telling her the right things. But honestly, it's all different samples. It's really cool. So because of COVID, we just have some supply issues. By the way, this is a secret. I am not supposed to tell you. If you tell anyone that I told you, I will pull your hair.
You're recording still, just so you know.
That's okay. They're on my Facebook still, and it's fine. But if you tell anyone that I told you, I will pull your hair. And I got one of those grabber things. In fact, you know what? I should end the Facebook sharing. Stop live stream. Couldn't get on. Guess you don't get the secret.
Oh, well.
So you know how cleansing cloths went completely discontinued fast, right? The facial peel is on the same way. So if you have customers that are on the facial peel and need it, get it fast. We were not supposed to tell you because they don't want to run on it. So don't buy 12, but get a few. It'll come back. It's just based on, it's not considered an essential item for the factories right now. Only certain skincare is, and I don't know why it's not, because to me it is essential. So just keep that in mind, because you know when you're planning your little videos and stuff, sometimes we go to plan something for a video and then you're like, oh, but that's gone. Or like me, I psychically will promote a product the month before it becomes product of the month, and then you all buy it at the more expensive price, and then the next month you're like, that was on sale. You suck. I don't know these things in advance. No one tells me. But I only know this because Fernanda in Ottawa went to go call somebody or something, and then they said, oh, they told her, and they told her not to tell anyone. She told me. Because that's how we know. Right? And I also, a little monkey told me that Mary Scott should be top 3 for sure. So,
wow.
So we're all going to be on there awards night cheering her on. I have Isabel and Linda are both on it. They're waiting for the direct sales guidelines to see if we are allowed to gather for awards night, like do a socially distant gathering in my backyard or whatever, for those of you who do live locally. The issue is not the provincial laws, because provincially I'm allowed to have like 50 people in my backyard. It's because I'm the leader that if I tell you that that's there and then something happens, am I on the hook for that insurance wise or Mary Kay wise? So I don't have any answers for you yet. I don't even know if I can do it technologically. I would like to, but we will see. And I want you to put your feelers out, because I think we need an October retreat. Don't you agree? And I don't even know if we're going to be allowed to gather then, but I think we need one. And so if you know of anywhere that would book for us and not like steal my deposit if COVID takes away if there's a second wave or something and we can't get together in October, but like a camping area or like hotels, or like not a hotel. I want it to be a little bit more rustic so that it's a bit more cash, because we're all about cash. The Transformers. Anyway, not all of us, but I hate wearing this jacket, by the way. It's very constricting. Due to the COVID weight, it's very Chris Farley right now. You know, fat girl in a little coat. So, like in Mean Girls, sweatpants is all that fits me right now. What else do I have for bookkeeping? Stretch goals. If you haven't, has anybody on here not given me a stretch goal? I feel like you all have. If you're in well, Brenda hasn't, because she's brand spanking new. And anybody else? Everybody?
Laura needs one.
Laura and I already talked. She's committing to 600 wholesale.
Awesome.
So she needs help. She needs to know how to send the catalog. I was trying to answer her right before Zoom, but I ran out of time. So can you send her how to send the catalog to customers?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So here's what I want to talk to you about really quick is there's a TED Talk and there's a book by Stephen Furtick, and it's called something about like working from your why. And this is what I trained on all day. So I'm not going to redo the whole TED Talk. I don't do that. But I want you to think about what Angela was talking about too. When we're talking about that tree and the roots, where are your roots? And what are the stories that you're sharing? And where is your why right now? And I don't mean just in recruiting. I also mean in sales, because that goes hand in hand in this business. You can't have one without the other. Can't have one without the other. You have to have both, right? And you have to sell first before you can recruit. And even if you don't, it's okay, but they go together. So where is the why within your business? So most people talk about what they sell, then they talk about how they sell it, and then you might get to reveal why it is they're selling things. I want you to think about it the other way. People don't care what you're selling. They want to know why you're doing it. They want to know what your mission is. They want to know what your vision is. They want to know what it is that you stand for. What is it that's your dream and your desire? And I don't just mean to take your kids to Disneyland or anything like that. I mean the bigger heart of it. My mission in life is to empower and inspire women. And every time, and to do that authentically, that is always my main thing, right? To be super authentic no matter what I do. And so whenever I get that sort of stuck in a rut feeling, that like, you know, you're like revving to go, but you're not sure, and you're kind of stuck, and you're like, do I lay down the car mats? Like, how do I get myself out of this? I have to remind myself what it is that I'm working for. And I have to look at the way I'm looking at that goal. So when we're looking at, okay, well, we're already done the trip, right? It's $59,000 wholesale, which was more than we've ever done before. I thought it was 66, but I was on the crack, so it's okay. So 59,000 to finish this trip, to finish the Prestige trip that we might not even go on, right? Or I might. I mean, you guys don't get to go. You know, I'd like to shove you in the suitcase, but sorry. And so it's like, do I really want to run for that? Like right now, like what is the why? And I really had to think about it. If my why is to inspire and empower women, then by playing small and just setting a normal goal for June, am I giving my full service and full heart to you? Am I allowing you to dream bigger things? If I say to you, well, it's okay. We're just going to save it for July. And by the way, I've done both, and nobody ever saves it for July. It just all disappears somewhere. So it's not like if we just like sort of play small that July is just magic and amazing. In fact, it's usually the opposite, because momentum is momentum. And if you slow down, you just keep going down. So lots of times I've lied to myself, and I know you've probably done the same thing, saying things like, well, I already did my B, or well, I already blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to finish my ring anyway, so it's okay. I'll just save it for next year, because our next year, by the way, Brenda, starts July 1st, okay? So everybody might be thinking that, but at the same time, are you playing it small for your customers at that time? Are you actually involving yourself in your big why? Where are your belief systems and values involved in that? I want to be a team player, and I know it is Gail's last year, and her heart is broken that she cannot debut on stage. And I want to honor her. I'm so excited that a transformer is going to be in the top 3 in sales. Hopefully, Queen, depending on what, it's Deanna Blue, I think that's the runner. So hopefully, Queen, and that she will virtually get to have the crown put on her by Gail. But I want us to be on stage virtually as a top 3 unit in Canada. And I think finishing the Prestige unit will do that. And whether it does or not, am I still in alignment with my mission and vision if I do run full tilt? Not if I'm sacrificing my family, because that's important to me. Not if I'm sacrificing my mental health or your mental health, because that's important to me. But if I am leading authentically with inspiration, education, and excitement, then yeah, am I running the right way? That's the questions you have to ask yourself. Are you just having destination addiction so that you can have another ring on your finger and then be like, now what? Or are you running because you want to change women's lives? And I keep crying today because I keep thinking about that girl, me, 10 years ago, standing in front of the freezer, defrosting a credit card to pay for an agreement. And do you know, the greatest gift that she gave me by asking me to sign up was not all the money and not all the cars and everything else. It was that 5 seconds of hope that she gave me. That 5 seconds that I thought, maybe I can change my life. There are women who will come and go in this business. There are people who are going to go to Mary Kay heaven and never call you again. And there are people who are going to be with us for life. And do you not agree that your lives have been changed because of this business? And I wouldn't be sitting in this house, and I wouldn't have the kids and the well-adjusted teenagers that I have now if I hadn't had the opportunity to stay home with them, if I hadn't had the opportunity to change my stars. And so who are you hiding from? Do you know how brave it had to be to get the snarkiest person who just screamed at you to come for an interview? Like, I literally screamed at her because she was my friend. And I told her I was taking a couponing class, and she was like, have you ever just thought about saving, like making more money instead of saving it? And I was like, I can't make more money. Like, I came unhinged. Like, if I was a snake, I would have detached my jaw to swallow her whole. That kind of screaming. And then she's like, well, you could just be the most obstinate interview my director ever has to go through so that I can learn. Oh, okay, I can do that. Those of you who know my eye story, you know the reason I signed my beauty agreement was not 50%. It was not a consumable product. I knew all those things. It was not the pension. It was not the team. It was not her accolades. It was the story that she told me. And it was just casually. She just said, I need to pick up a gift tomorrow, because she was staying with me. So she said, I need to go pick up a gift tomorrow for my friend. It's the lady that I met in Edmonton when Mason died, and that was her son. Her son was born in Fort McMurray, and she was hemorrhaging. She was bleeding to death, and the baby was in distress. So they took the husband and the baby on an airlift to the Stollery Children's Hospital in Edmonton. And Karen Hollingworth, our senior, happened to call her on month end, because it was 2 days before month end, to see how she was doing with her goal. And she's like, I can't help you right now. I'm bleeding to death. And I don't know how I'm going to they have to get their own, do you know that? You have to get your own flight. Once the baby is gone, you have to get your own flight. They would have taken care of her in Fort McMurray. So in order to get to her baby, she would have had to pay for her own flight and figure it all out. And Karen first asked her if she had enough money for the flight. And then she said, I'll call you back, because Amarina said, I don't know how I'm going to get from the airport to the hospital. And Karen said, I'll call you back. And she got an Edmonton lady and her 3 sons at 3 o'clock in the morning to go run to the gate, pick up the wheelchair, run it into the minivan. They had taken the seats out. They held the wheelchair inside the minivan, hauled ass to the Stollery, pulled her out, rolled in. Mason died 8 minutes later. 8 minutes. The time it takes to call a cab. Ask yourself if in your job you would feel comfortable asking somebody in your job for help. You know that anywhere in this world, if you are ever stranded, lost, anything, you can look up Mary Kay online and find a Mary Kay beauty consultant near you and ask for help, and they will find you. Our unit has moved, 7 people, Lisa, out of their abusive homes, at least? Those are the heart stories, and that is the reason I defrosted a credit card. Because, yeah, I knew a lot of teachers, but I wouldn't have ever felt comfortable to ask them for help. And, of course, they wouldn't say no. I mean, what kind of jackass is like, no, sorry. But I wouldn't have thought. But for her to offer to pay for the flight, and then to get her a friend there, never met her, to there. That's huge. And that is the business that we're part of. So when we work from our why out, people see that. They see that more than what you sell, and they see that more than how you're selling it. And they don't care, and they will buy socks and deodorant from you if it gets you closer to your goal. As long as you know why you want it and you are so committed to it that you really would sell an organ to get it done, they know that. Can't you sense that when somebody tells you their goal and you know they're going to do it? Can't you? You can smell it. It's like blood in the water for a shark. You can smell it. And you can also smell the fear when they're like, I don't know, we'll see. You're like, yeah, she's not going to finish that. Are you interested or committed? And are you willing to share your heart instead of just what we sell? Because we sell hope. We sell hope the second she opens that repair box, and she's been looking like an old paper bag. And she opens that repair box, and you can just picture it like, oh, you know, like that light coming out of that repair box, like it's going to fix everything. That hope. Do you know that feeling? Has anybody bought anything like that? That you're like, this is the thing that will change everything. That's the starter kit. That is the opportunity. And that is our skincare. Everything else is gravy. You can figure it out. And you'll learn. And don't you agree? We're all still learning all the time. It's the favorite thing I have about this business. Honestly, I've never been bored, not one day. And I equate boring to the 8th deadliest sin. And I've never been bored. So, who's ready to work? Ready to run? Who's feeling inspired? Filled up? Ready? Like, let's go. Stop playing small. Ask everybody. The wrong people will reject you anyway. Even if you say the best thing in the whole world. Gloria Mayfield Banks gets told no all the time. You can do this. I believe in you more than you even know. And I work every damn day to make sure that you know that. Okay. Anybody have any other things to share before I let you go? And I have a much deserved glass of wine. Because I've been all professional today.
You're awesome.
So are you, Brenda. Now, you guys, Brenda's quit 3 times in the last 2 days and she hasn't got her box yet. I'm just kidding. Just once. She's like, I was looking at all the things and now I don't know. We have all felt like that. Hands up if you have felt that way. I don't even know where to start. I don't know what to do. I don't know all the things. Does anybody have anything that they want to share with a brand new beauty consultant right now? What is the very first thing you think she should learn?
Listen to your director and just take a step forward. Just one day at a time. What's the next best step?
Yes, love it. Sheena?
Thank you.
I'm going to say start and don't quit.
Yeah.
Because if someone told me 10 years ago out of my starter kit, what came out of it when I wanted to throw it out the window and burn it and drive it over, I'm so glad I didn't.
Good for you.
I didn't even read the crap in my kit. Karen sent me probably $30 worth of printed stuff. Nothing, just sat there. Mm-hmm.
I'm intimidated.
Of course you are.
Like I said, yeah.
We all are.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to take a step. What's the next best step? That's all you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out what you're excited about.
I want to make women beautiful.
Well, easy.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. You share
I
what you
want to
love.
help them build confidence and, yeah.
And you can
That's
do
awesome.
that. And virtually it's so easy because you can just say like, can you just show me your face? I want to tell you what I think your best features are and what product I think would bring those forward.
All right.
Maybe it's her cheekbones. We have a contour kit, right? Maybe it's her eyes. What do you think her best features are? And just bring it forward. You guys, my best successes in this whole COVID thing have not been great big parties. They've been one-on-ones on Facebook Messenger.
Wow.
Honestly, they've been heart conversations. They've been me going like, are you okay? What are you doing for your mental health? What are you doing to take care of you? Oh, you have bubble baths. Do you know our satin body wash, by the way, is hands down the absolute freaking best body, like bubble bath I have ever tried in my life. And I am like the bubble bath snob. I literally bought my house because of the tub. It's the best. It foams up. It's like teeny tiny little bit and you get. So she says, I have a bath every night. And you say, really? Did you know? That's it. $26, $22, see details. I don't know. $22 sale.
Wow.
Okay. Upsell it with the body scrub. Is the body scrub back in stock? Yes. Okay, good. The body scrub and the body lotion. Now you've got what? Somebody math that. Christy, you're just laughing at me. I learned so much Excel spreadsheets today. Y'all don't even know. I have never learned them in my whole life. They're saving my life. And it's so hard, Brenda, and I watched like 47 videos today.
Wow.
On Google Sheets, in between all my phone calls trying to learn crap, and I yelled at the computer a few times.
I hear ya.
It's not easy. I learned how to do a graph. Did y'all see my like little graph, my bar graph I posted? So those of you who know Excel already are like, that's amazing, Carol. But you have to understand that my personal hell, if I'm a very bad person, will be surrounded by tiny little boxes with data in them. That's how terrified I am of numbers. And so that's the thing, like whatever scares you the most, whatever you conquer is the thing that increases your self-worth and self-esteem more. I'm prouder of that than finishing Court of Sales because I already did that a long time ago and I don't care. I always do it. It's not a big deal to me. See? That's the difference. So just get started. Don't quit. Focus on several small, easy things to sell and skincare because those are your biggest money makers. Say, let me see your face. I think you need this and use the apps.
On our phone?
Mm-hmm. And on their phones. They can download the same apps. So they can take a selfie with the Skin Sight app, the Skin Analyzer, and screen cap it and send you the results. And it tells you exactly what products you need.
Oh, wow.
Like a no-brainer.
Wow.
Super easy. Anybody else have anything to share? No? No? We're good? Lola, go ahead. Are you just waving? Do you want to talk? No? She's just waving. She's like, oh. Oh, you want to talk? Well, you got to unmute.
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
I'm trying to tell my husband to pause the TV, so that's why. It's been in my head all day. Anyway, I find it hard to recruit because I'm dark skinned, and I only sell to my dark skin group because they want to buy from me and they are not interested in extra money from Medicaid. They don't see. So I'm in a dilemma. So I'm trying to recruit, but I think there's a bias when I go to white people. So I'm getting inspired every day, but is it enough for me to have a team? So, I wish I could be doing Mary Kay in Nigeria and I will be like super, I'll have a lot of team members, but that bias is there for me. And I think it doesn't give me the strength to go out and talk to a white lady, will you join my team? And she's like, what do you want to tell me about my skin? Right. And while my own people don't believe in earning extra income from Mary Kay. So that's why I've been using Mary Kay since 2008, like in England, and I came here in 2016, then I joined again. So I've always been comfortable with selling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you are the first director that I enjoyed the meeting. And so when my team moved, I missed that. And I noticed you have a diverse group.
Mm-hmm.
So when I make the decision last week to come back, it's part of my empowerment. That why not go to the team where you learn how to reach out to diverse people? And today doesn't make any difference because the lady you brought into the team is dark skinned. Aside from that, she's able to educate everyone irrespective of her skin color, and that gives me power.
Yes.
That
How
gives
much
me
did you
strength.
help us at our meetings when we were like trying to figure out all the different lipstick colors and what we could recommend to our clients?
Yeah. So, and coming in and seeing, I'm learning about ivory beige skin tone as well. So that will give me more confidence to approach people and say, this is your skin color. So,
Okay, so can I just give you some perspective?
Yeah.
How many of us are still learning things about ivory and beige skin tones? Those of us of the Caucasian and indigenous persuasions. We're still learning. Do you not see all the times that the people are like, can you help me foundation match this person?
Yeah.
It's all the time. So it's normal for everyone to feel like uncomfortable with different skin tones that are different from their own, even if it's still ivory to beige.
Yeah.
And not to downplay your experience, but that, so it's still just as uncomfortable for me to say to somebody from Nigeria, I can help match your your foundation. And I got to prove my worth, man. Like when I had that whole group of women that I worked with and they were like, yeah, and they were like, okay, she's allowed, she can come, do this for us. That's important. And so diversity is important. And I really think it's good to reach out to somebody different and say, I am learning. And when we can match in person, can I play with your face? I promise to give it back in better condition. And if I get it wrong, you best tell me. Because we don't want to make you look ashy, and we don't want to be that white girl that makes you look ashy. Like, we want to know if we're wrong. So it's okay. It is okay. And by the way, foundation tip, marykate.com, not .ca, has an awesome foundation finder tool. The Americans have it. We don't have it yet, but your customers can still use it. Just make sure they know that the prices are different. But the questions that it asks, it's really it's pretty spot on. Predict.
Thank you. And I want to give a shout out to Crystal. I met her on Friday. I went to do my hair, and she was there with her partner and children at the barbers. So see what happened. I came in with my that's my first
walked in and I was like, I know.
So I went in with my own to my hairdresser to sell the set, to tell her it's 20% off. So I haven't seen her since COVID, since February. So I have the hydrogel, the repair set, and the tone correcting serum. So I stepped in, I dropped everything on the floor. Then I saw a lady. I know this lady, but I'm not sure. And it's Crystal. So I'm saying, I'm sorry. I picked up my product and walked into the salon. And then I got down. She's like, I have 2 Mary Kay ladies here. I said, that's why. So I went and gave her, even though it's COVID, I hugged my sister. And we continued talking. So we practiced golden rule because the customer was torn between me and Crystal. So, and I was like, did you tell Krista you had a consultant before? She said no. I said, that's why. None of us in Mary Kay takes other people's customer. You have to tell them who your consultant is. So I now had to say, okay, who did you meet first? She had a consultant in BC or something before she came to Calgary. Then when I went to do my hair with her last year, she became my customer. So she now said, you, Lola. And I said, okay. And Krista was like, hands off immediately. And I'm like, so she didn't understand it. And we had to educate her that it's a golden rule in Mary Kay. We don't take each other as customer. And even though she had actually bought some product from Krista, I said, we can both educate you. It's not a problem. But except I stop telling her I've been a bitch to you, then you can go to another consultant. So, good job, Crystal. I like that. I just want to say that to you and let her know that she was awesome. A good sister.
Thank you for letting me know that too. That's really important. That's the highest honor that you can give another Mary Kay beauty consultant is to say, I saw you enacting the Go Give rule. I saw you helping someone else. I love that, Crystal. That's amazing. Okay, so we're ready? You're gonna go, and I don't mean to target, don't do the thing, don't target people just because they're different skin colors, okay? As much as somebody may have said that on seminar stages, I don't necessarily love that philosophy. I want you to love everybody, and I really want you to make sure that you're making everybody feel important and that you're getting out of your own way. We all have our own biases. We all have our own stuff, and most of it is just based on fear. It's based on, if I ask her, she will think this. If I ask my ebony skin friend, she will think, this little white girl from Okotoks does not know how to match my foundation. Fair. But if I ask her and I say, I might not know how to match your foundation, but I would really love the help, chances are she's going to say yes. I would love to borrow your face. That's it. And you can do that virtually. Girl, bring me to your bathroom. I want to see it. I want to see the boxes that aren't opened. I want to see the chaos. Show me. Ooh, there's that night cream you said you'd use and you haven't used it yet. What's happening? Those appointments, those are the magic. Those are my $300, $400 appointments, you guys. I haven't done anything else. Like nothing. I didn't react as well as quickly as most of my American friends did with the crazy Zoom calls and all the stuff. You can do this. Heart, heart, heart. Get to the roots. Love you. Bye, everybody. Stretch.
Bye.
Bye.